Okay, so I want to talk about what I did, specifics on what I did. So I mentioned the juicing. I was drinking 8 glasses of vegetable juice every day. Every morning I got up, I bought a juicer. I juiced enough to last me all day, about 64 ounces of juice. And the recipe that I followed, it was pretty much the same every day. It was about equal parts carrot and celery, a little bit of beet, a little bit of ginger root, okay? It's not a magic formula. Food doesn't cure cancer. What food does is it gives your body the nutrients that it needs to repair and regenerate and heal and detoxify, right? Your body is the cure. Your body can heal cancer. Your body is designed to heal. And unless you don't believe that, maybe you believe that we evolved, and that maybe if we evolved, then your body may just be in the process of natural selection. Maybe you're just one of those people that really wasn't meant to live very long because you're weak. Anybody believe that? Right? Natural selection? If you do, if you believe in evolution, then you're just weak. Maybe if you have cancer, maybe you just need to go ahead and die so the human race won't be as weak. Okay? Anybody like that idea? Okay? No? No one likes that idea? So, but I don't believe that. What I believe is that the human body is intelligently designed by God to heal. Okay? No one lives forever, but God created the earth for us, and everything we need comes from the earth. And when we get away from that, guess what? Our body is an organism, and there's 90 essential nutrients that it needs: vitamins, minerals, enzymes, protein, fats, carbohydrates. And when you starve your body for nutrients, then you can expect degenerative disease to follow. And our modern diet, it's sort of like a double whammy. It's like a 1-2 punch, because processed food, fast food, junk food, microwave food, all the stuff I was eating, loaded with sugar and preservatives and artificial flavors, colors, nutrients, and chemicals that are man-made, that we were never supposed to eat, right? We're putting all this stuff in our bodies every day. So we're starving for nutrients, and we're putting all this weird chemical stuff in our bodies. Right? What do you think is going to happen over time? Over time, systems are going to break down. Immune function breaks down. Your body just gets clogged up. You're polluted. And, it's funny, if you think about it, the body is just a bunch of tubes. The whole body. It's tubes. Everything comes in and goes out. Everything in your body. Think about it. Your digestive tract is one long tube. Your blood vessels, tubes. Your sweat glands, tubes. Your ears, your nose. Everything has to flow in and out of your body. Okay? And if those little tubes, those little arteries, those little blood vessels, your lymph system, all that stuff, if any of those things get clogged up and backed up, guess what? You're going to have some little problems. So, I hope I'm not saying anything that sounds too out there, but the whole point of this is that the body can heal. Okay? It can heal if given the proper nutrients and care. A lot of people diagnosed with cancer want an easy fix. They want to check out. They want to abdicate any responsibility for their own health and delegate it to a doctor. Okay? Doctors aren't bad. I like what Bob said. Doctors have limited amount of tools in their toolkit, especially with cancer. Trauma care is the best it's ever been in the history of mankind. Trauma care is amazing. You get in a car wreck, you get a gunshot wound, somebody stabs you, go to the emergency room, there's a good chance they will save your life. But with cancer care, they have a very small little toolbox. They've got surgery, chemo, and radiation. That's it. There's no nutrition, there's no natural therapies. By the way, does anybody in here believe that in this entire world, that the only thing that can help you heal is a patented drug? Does anyone believe that? But yet, there are no natural therapies used in medicine. Not one. Every medicine prescribed by conventional doctors just so happens to be a patented pharmaceutical drug. It's a weird coincidence, really, if you think about it. So, when you step back and logically think about these things, it's like, wow, yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that everything my body needs probably comes from the earth, or maybe it just comes from the food I'm not eating. So my decision was to overdose on nutrition. Instead of poisoning my body and hoping somehow if I poisoned it, I would get better. I don't understand how that happens. Some people live in spite of chemotherapy. Many don't. Everybody knows someone that's gone through chemotherapy and is alive, and that's great. But most people don't live 5 years. Most cancer patients do not enjoy a long life if they go through conventional treatments. They live for a while, the cancer's gone for a little while, but it comes back. And they're treated again, and it's contained for a while, and it comes back. And that's because the underlying root cause of cancer was never addressed, right? Diet and lifestyle. Here's an interesting statistic. 70% of all premature deaths are from diet, poor diet, okay, lack of exercise, and tobacco. 70% of premature deaths from those three factors. That's poor diet, lack of exercise, and tobacco. The other 30%, homicide, suicide, and accidents. So if you don't think your diet and lifestyle matter, you're wrong. Your diet and lifestyle will either promote health or they're promoting disease. And the decisions you make today, you're either sowing the seeds of health. Any farmers in the room know what I'm talking about. You're sowing the seeds of health for tomorrow, or you're sowing the seeds of disease. And so the choices that I make today, I don't make them today because I don't want to eat a Whopper. I make them today because I want to be healthy tomorrow, right? I don't eat a Whopper today because I want to be healthy tomorrow. So, but back to the kind of the quick fix idea is we've lost the power and the knowledge and the information to heal ourselves. None of us are educated on nutrition unless we're self-educated. Doctors aren't educated on nutrition. It's an elective in most medical schools. And even then it's like, oh, here are the 4 food groups, blah, blah, blah. It's not nutritional healing. It's not nutritional medicine. They're not educated on medicinal food or herbs. It's just real basic generic USDA food pyramid stuff. So when I decided to overdose on nutrition, juicing was a big part. I drank 8 glasses of vegetable juice every day. I ate giant salads, okay? As much vegetables as I could fit in a huge bowl, right? That's what I ate every day for lunch and dinner, giant salad. As it turns out, and this was in 2004, so anybody that doesn't know, or didn't hear me last night, I'm a 9-year survivor. I'm 35. Most people think I'm in my 20s. It's because of what I'm putting in my body. Because I'm putting food that my body can use to repair and regenerate. And when your cells are starving, they die. And when you don't have enough good nutrients to rebuild, your body's going to rebuild weaker cells. You're going to age faster. So, giant salads, juicing. The third thing was coconut fruit smoothies. So I'd cut open a whole young coconut, okay, and pour the juice in a blender, scoop out the meat, put that in there and blend it up, make coconut milk, and then throw in frozen berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. All have incredible anti-cancer properties. Ellagic acid is one of them. It's in berries. And they're high in antioxidant value. And I throw a banana in there. So I drink that smoothie every day. And that was it. I kept it really simple, okay? It was overdose of nutrition, put whole foods from the earth in my body every day, every day, every day, without fail. And what happens is healing, you get momentum. You gain momentum in healing. When you do something every day, it's like working out. Anybody in here worked out? Sure. When you get consistent with working out, you get consistently stronger. And you start losing weight, and you get momentum. Things build. And it's the same with restoring your health. You have to make good choices every day and make a plan, stick with the plan, and you build momentum. And healing happens, and it happens in phases. But you have to stick with it. You can't do it for a week and expect, a miracle. So, there was a study that came out in 2009, I believe, and this is on my website. I have a website. It's called chrisbeatcancer.com. It's a pretty popular health blog about nutrition and natural therapies for cancer. And there's a post on there that'll expound on what I'm about to talk about, but it's called the Top 10 Anti-Cancer Vegetables. And I found this study. It's a published, peer-reviewed study. It came out in 2009. I think it was in the Journal of Nutrition or something like that, but it's on the site. But what they did was they juiced vegetables. These researchers are like, we want to know what happens if we juice some vegetables and drip it on cancer cells in the lab. Just dripping vegetable juice on cancer cells. So they took 8 different tumor cell lines. Breast cancer, prostate, lung, colon, a few others. And they dripped all these different vegetable juices on them and would see if it would affect the cancer growth, if the cancer would keep growing, if it would grow faster, slower, stop growing, if it would, start dying off. And you know what they found? The #1 anti-cancer vegetable. I want to take a little survey and see if anybody can guess it.
Avocado.
Okay, she said avocado. What else we got?
Graviola.
Beets.
Tomato.
Graviola wasn't in the study. Tomato. What else? Kale. Carrot, someone said.
Lettuce.
Lettuce, was in the study. Okay, the #1 is garlic. By far. Garlic destroyed cancer. Destroyed it in the lab. Okay? Now the lab's a little different than your body, but you figure if garlic juice on cancer cells in a lab destroys cancer, maybe you need to be overdosing on some garlic. And by the way, I did. And I didn't even know about it, so it hadn't come out for 5 years. But I took copious amounts of garlic because of Dr. Richard Schultz. You know who that is? Yeah. Nutritionist, herbalist, real famous speaker. Very inspirational guy. So, garlic. #2 was leeks. Okay? And typically number 3 and 4 is onions. See, garlic, leeks, and onions are all in the same vegetable family. They're all the allium vegetable family. And the 2 most powerful vegetable families against cancer, the top 10 vegetables, the allium family, what I just said, and the cruciferous family. The cruciferous family is broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts. Okay, red cabbage. Bok choy's in there, but it didn't do very well in the study for some reason. Okay, now there's beets did pretty good, and spinach did really well. It was in the top 10 as well. There were different cancers that responded differently to different vegetables, and so it's a good study to look at because you can kind of see. But garlic and leeks were the top against all cancers, and the others I mentioned were all in the top 10 in different ratios. So we know that food has these powerful phytonutrients, which are plant nutrients, that kill cancer cells. It's amazing. And it just so happens that that's exactly what I was eating. The giant salad I was making, it was broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, kale, red cabbage, onions, tons of garlic on it. Also put turmeric, oregano, and cayenne pepper. I used extra virgin organic olive oil and apple cider vinegar for a dressing, and then those spices I just mentioned kind of makes a real zesty, Italian dressing. It's delicious. Okay, that recipe's on my site too. The giant cancer-fighting salad is what it's called. All right, and then the smoothie. The recipe for the smoothie. I've made videos, me making them and stuff, and they're super low budget. You can laugh and make fun of them, but anyway, they're on there too. Okay, so. But the point is I kept it really simple, okay? There's a whole bunch of raw food recipes and juice blends and all this stuff. And you know what's funny is I'm not that kind of person. I don't care. I don't have time to experiment with all these raw recipes. If you do, that's terrific. And by the way, I love the taste, okay? But I just didn't have time. I'm just going to eat the same thing every day. I know exactly what to buy at the grocery store every week. I know what I need. And I know what I'm going to make. And by the way, a salad, that's pretty fast food. Extremely fast. Juicing does take a while if you're juicing, a huge batch to last you all day, but you have to set aside time to do it. Cancer is a life changer. It's a divine tap on the shoulder.